Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry back again with another quick BoLS overview. Today we're taking a look at Adeptus Titanicus, Titandeath. Now I'm personally really excited about this book because it adds 8 new legions. There are 4 loyalists and 4 traitor legions, special rules, and we're going to go through all those today. There's a bunch of really cool color plates in here, as well as some new campaign stuff to do. So it's the first expansion for Adeptus Titanicus. I'm really pumped about that too. I love Titanicus. I think it's actually one of Games Workshop's best games. It's a little crunchier than some of the other options, meaning there's a lot more to keep track of with some of the rules, the maneuvering and things like that, with some of the accessories. But if you're an old school BattleTech fan like me, this is pretty much what you want from GW. So it's pretty great. The focus of this book from a lore perspective is the war for Beta Carmen. Beta Carmen was a massive conflict involving multiple worlds, which we'll show off here in the book, and it was where all of the Titans went. If you've ever wondered why in modern 40k there aren't just Titans everywhere, it's because they all got killed, or a vast majority of them bought the big one, bought the farm up in the war for Beta Carmen. So here we go. It's a star cluster here. This is the map for Beta Carmen. Again, a lot of really cool art in this book. As you can see, the different planets of the sector. Here's the actual planet, Beta Carmen, and Beta Carmen 3. There's Beta Carmen 2, and Beta Carmen 3, and just the whole sector. Just a lot of really cool stuff. The reason they're fighting Horus sent a big force here. The Loyalist Titan legions responded and ended up blowing a bunch of stuff up. We're not going to go through all of the rule or all of the lore there. Obviously, you can read that when you buy the book, but it's pretty cool stuff. There are 8 factions in here. Again, 4 legions that are loyalists, 4 legions that have turned traitor. This is the Legio Astrorum, the Warp Runners, and you can see each legion's going to get a special legion trait. Actually, some of them have 2 and things like that. So this one's got the War March Legion trait, Legio trait, and the Legio trait Veteran Princeps. They also have Legio-specific stratagems. This one here is the Bounty of Mars. They also have up here another stratagem, Machine Defiance 2. That's how many command points it is. So they've got that one. Then there's also Legio-specific personal traits, and these you roll on this chart, or you either pick them or roll them depending on how how you're generating your personal traits. So it's really cool because it gives each legion a special flavor of how that legion is going to function. On top of that, they have these awesome color plates to give you an idea of how you can paint your Titan legions. Here we got the again the Legio Astrorum warband for Warlord Battle Titan color plate here. You got a top-down look. It's got a really good look at the banner, which is pretty cool if you want to get that detailed. And I mean, why wouldn't you, right? You're playing Adeptus Titanicus. You're supposed to go all out for these miniatures. We also have the Battle Titan examples and the Warhound Scout Titan example as well. Next up, we have the Nova Guard, which you can see, again, they have 2 Legion traits, 2 stratagems, specific war gear, and more personal traits. Again, it's 3 personal traits per Legion and all of the cool color palettes. I really like this color scheme too. I like the green stripe is a pretty striking look, along with the white and the black. So it's pretty cool stuff. Then we have the Legio Ataris, the Firebrands. This is actually the Legion I'm playing. I'm pretty excited about this one. Their special war gear is the Infernus Missiles. They basically can set stuff on fire and destroy terrain with them. It's pretty fun. They have a red and cream color. They also had color plates in one of the Heresy books. I was trying to remember which one, but they had the candy cane kind of striping on some of the miniatures, which is a fun effect to do for things like the Warhounds. So then we got the Legio Solara, which is the Imperial Hunters. They have that cool green scale pattern look to them. Pretty cool stuff there with the red heads, as you can see. That'd be an interesting effect to try to mimic. And then we get into the Traitor Legions with the Legio Mortis, aka the Death's heads. There's one of the Reavers. There's the Warlord. And again, they have that sleek black and crimson look. and then one of the Warhounds. Then you also have the Legio Krytos, the Godbreakers. Again, we're looking at 2 Legion traits. Sorry, Legion trait here, specific stratagem, specific war gear, another Legion trait up here, which is the, Legion-specific personal traits. So, not all of the Legions are going to double up. Some of them only got the one Legion trait. This one's got 1 Legion trait, 2 stratagems, war gear, and then personal traits. So keep that in mind when you're flipping through. That doesn't mean they're weaker, because usually the ones that have a single Warlord trait, Legio trait, excuse me, are pretty mean Legio traits to begin with. So check out those. Here's the Legio Furians, the Tiger Eyes. These guys have a really cool paint job. They do look like they have that Eye of Horus, so it's pretty appropriate, minus the extra accoutrement that goes with it. But they have the eye motif going on, which is pretty neat. They have the Machine Rage, Many Faces of the Omnissiah. That's their 2 Legio traits. They have the specific Stratagem, Offensive Surge, and then also they get one trait, or one Stratagem, and 1 War Gear option, and then 3 more personal traits. And then these are the guys that have the flame going on too, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Then Legio Volpa, the Death Stalkers. Again, Legio trait is Honor and Blood. Stratagem is No Pity for the Vanquished, and they get 2 warrior options though. They have the Plasma Gargoyles, which is a Legio specific warrior option, and the second one, which is Disruption Emitters. And then they have the 3 Legio specific personal traits. So it's neat that they have slight variations among all the legions in terms of how many options you get total. And again, really striking color palettes. Really like those. I'm gonna skip ahead. There's new maniples as well. So just as an example, we're not gonna skip that far ahead. We've got a Corsair Battleline maniple, which is 5 Reavers. They have all the new maniples have, again, special rules that go with them. So there's the one with 5 Reavers. This one's got a mix with one. So the top. Let me make sure. Yeah, the mandatory components are, so it's not always the same. So some of the mandatory components are the top row, and then the secondary stuff's the bottom row. But that's not always the case. Like for example, this one's 3 Reaver Titans. That's the top row. Compulsory is 2 Titan. 2 more down here. This one's kind of inverted, but 1 Reaver Titan is a mandatory, 2 Warhound Titans, and then you can have an extra Reaver Titan and an extra Warhound Titan. There's the Regalia Battleline Maniple. This one has 2 Warlord Titans and 1 Warhound Titan. See, that's the top row this time, and then 2 more Warhound Titans is the bottom row. The Lupercal Light Maniple, which is 5 Warhounds, is pretty cool. So the mandatory components, 3 Warhounds on the top row, 2 Warhounds in the bottom row. Those are the 4 maniples. Let me give you an example of what one of these ones will do. Let's check out this one, because it's Legio Taurus, and I'm kind of leaning kind of preferential treatment for them. So what this maniple does is a close support maniple. Janissary Battleline maniple learns to coordinate their actions with household support units and move to support them when needed. If a Titan in this maniple activates during the movement phase, choose a Night Banner within 6 inches of the activating Titan. Once the Titan has finished its movement, the chosen Night Banner may now make its activation. So you get to double up on the activations, which Knights can be really useful for protecting flanks or threatening the enemy's rear armor. So, because facing matters in this game. There's a bunch of narrative missions here as well, which we're not going to go over, but that's also included as part of this book. We get to fight the whole Beta Carmen, starting Delta Carmen and through there. There's a battle in the city as well. A couple more missions to go through. Then it also talks about the whole campaign, running campaigns in Adeptus Titanicus. GW just released a big supplement for running campaigns. You might have seen the Urban Conquest thing, but yeah, you could use that to help run a campaign. But this one's got unique stuff specific to Titan legions. Obviously, the map would be useful if you just wanted to have a city to fight it over, or in a city with your Titans. It'd be a pretty big urban sprawl, like a mega city. But anyway, you could make work if you wanted to. It's got a bunch of extra stuff too for keeping track of stuff in between games like crew experience and things like that, which is pretty cool. It goes over map campaigns, and then this is what's I'm actually really thankful that they put this in here. This is a list of all the loyalist knight houses at Beta Carmen, and not just that, it also includes their allegiance, whether they were Imperial or Mechanicum, and it includes not only heraldry, but it includes their Legio allies. So which Titan legions did these knight houses run with? This is super handy if you're looking for a paint scheme to paint your knights that are going to accompany your Titan legions into battle. So I like that. Not only do they have the loyalist option, they also have a trader option as well, which again, super handy if you're trying to be as true to the lore as you can when designing your factions and picking out your paint schemes and stuff like that. So pretty cool stuff. And also some extra appendices for hostile battles and stuff like that. But that's pretty much everything in Titandeath. Really excited about this book. Go out and check it out, pick it up. If you haven't played Adeptus Titanicus, you are missing out. The game's in a really good spot right now because we've got pretty much all of the units that you need to get started, and their GW is coming out with more weapon kits and more weapon options as time goes on for all of your Titans. So it's really fun stuff. I'm AdamHarry from BoLS. Thanks for watching. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.